On April Fool's Day, Grayson handed me a divorce agreement out of nowhere.
Your two ex-husbands called to taunt me yesterday. Said you're too uptight to take an April Fool's joke, that there's no way you'd actually sign divorce papers.
I'd been married twice. Before we got married, I'd explained everything to Grayson. The first time I helped Spencer secure his family trust inheritance. The second time I helped Ethan dodge an arranged marriage.
Both times, clean breaks, no feelings, no baggage. If that bothers you, we don't have to.
I trust you. The past is the past. From now on, I'm the only one you see.
After we got married, he and my two ex-husbands were like oil and water. But with me, he was gentle, attentive. I thought I'd finally married the right man. Then one day, I came home early from a business trip and heard him laughing and chatting with those two ex-husbands like old friends in the living room. The second before the key turned in the lock, I stood outside the door, catching every single word of the scheming going on in the living room.
Relax. I'm definitely divorcing her. She's already been divorced twice. She's a joke all over the Upper East Side. There's no way she'll dare go through a third divorce.
It was Grayson's voice stripped of the tenderness he always lavished on me.
Smart move, picking April Fool's Day to hand her the divorce papers. Even if she loses it later, you just tell her it was an April Fool's joke. Vivian's wedding is next week. Her bachelorette party starts before that. 3 of us have to be single.
I escaped into the coffee shop across the street. I thought about the past. My first marriage, I did it to help my childhood friend Spencer Knox secure his family trust. My second marriage, I did it to help Ethan Sinclair dodge an arranged marriage his family was forcing on him. I never imagined everything I'd done for them would become the very reason they thought they could manipulate me. I sat in that cafe for a solid hour before I finally headed home.
Why didn't you call? I would have picked you up. You eat yet?
Already did.
Babe, there's something I wanted to tell you. The company's hit a bit of a snag lately. We need to do some asset separation. The lawyer suggested we file for divorce first, just a pro forma process. Once the crisis were over, we'll remarry. A few months, tops. I know this is a bit out of nowhere, but Spencer and Ethan called today and was like, used to help them without a second thought, but now for me it's a different story, just taking digs the whole time. They even said, Grayson, a woman who's been divorced twice wouldn't dare go for a third. Josephine definitely couldn't handle it. I've got it all figured out. Tomorrow's April Fool's. We go that day, get the papers, then throw right in their faces, freak them the hell out, see if they ever dare look down on you again. Babe, you wouldn't want them thinking I can't even handle something this simple, right?
I won't.
Then get some rest. Tomorrow we'll sign the papers and head to the...
Give them a call so they can stop chattering about it.
Babe, you're the best. She signed.
Told you, Josephine's always the easiest to handle.
All right, take care of Vivian as I'll wrap up here and head over. Long time no see. Want to grab a drink?
Before, I would have replied, sure. I would have carefully picked out what to wear, what makeup to put on. I would have thought about how to make Grayson look good in front of them. But now, I couldn't even be bothered to reply. I set my phone face down on the coffee table, got up, and walked to the kitchen. Passing by the study, Grayson was still on the phone. His voice was low, but carried a kind of ease I'd never heard before. The kitchen faucet was still running. I stood at the sink, washing the glasses one by one, setting them in the drying rack. As I finished the last one, my phone lit up again. This time, a message from Spencer.
Heard you're getting divorced again? Grayson's a real piece of work. He doesn't deserve you. Don't be upset. In a few days, your grandpa's 80th birthday party is being held at the Quinn estate. Ethan and I are coming to celebrate. Let's all catch up.
What a sweet talker. Suddenly, I really wanted to know, what kind of person was Vivian exactly? This home, this man, none of it would have anything to do with me. The person standing outside had a flush in her cheeks. Clearly she'd had more than a few drinks.
Knew you'd still be up.
What are you doing here?
She didn't answer, just swayed her way inside. It wasn't until she spotted me standing in the living room that she paused.
Josephine's home too.
Josephine, she's had too much to drink. We were taking her home, but she insisted on swinging by here. Grayson, your wife's right there. You ever heard of keeping things appropriate? You got her wasted and dropped her off at my place, and now I'm the one who needs to mind appearances? I got her drunk? You're the one posting on Insta about being newly single. Fine, you're a saint. You're the upstanding one. I delivered the girl who got drunk over you. Handle it however you want.
The air felt frozen over. Spencer, caught in the middle.
All right, knock it off. Vivi just wanted to swing by on the way.
I stood in the middle of the living room, watching the whole show from start to finish. Way too insane. All this time, I thought the bond between me, Spencer, and Ethan was unbreakable. I'd even married both of them. When I was little and got hurt or upset, Spencer was always the one by my side. Ethan once even shielded me from a kidnapper with a knife. To me, they were closer than family. When Vivian showed up, bit by bit I became the afterthought. They only remembered I existed when they needed something from me. I walked to the coffee table and picked up the divorce agreement.
Good timing, all of you. There's something I'd like you to witness in person. I've signed both copies. Since everyone's here, why not take a good look?
Grayson's expression shifted slightly, but he recovered fast.
Josephine, we can talk about this in private. You don't have to...
Josephine's already put it out there. Mind if I ask, when are you moving out? This house is under my name after all. You're not planning to stay here forever, are you?
The house in her name? He didn't deny it. In that instant, a flood of images rushed through my mind.
This is our home. I'll handle the paperwork. Don't worry about it.
And me, happily picking out the curtains, the couch, the dining table, every single piece of furniture in this place, I'd picked out myself, trip after trip to the store. I never cared whose name was on the deed, but it never crossed my mind that the home we built together would be under another woman's name.
I'll leave right now.
Josephine...
Tomorrow, 9 a.m. See you at the courthouse.
Waiting for the elevator, I could still hear voices from inside.
Nailed it! She was even more cooperative than the day I asked her to marry me.
The reflection in the mirror looked calmer than I expected. Come get me in a few days? Like I'd just stepped out for some air and would be back any minute. No need, Grayson. Don't bother coming for me. 9 a.m. the next morning. When I arrived, Grayson was already there.
Where'd you go last night?
Grandpa's.
Josephine, you backed me up in front of Spencer and Ethan. I know that, and I appreciate it. As for the house, Vivian needed to handle some paperwork at the time and needed a property under her name. I figured it was just putting her name on it, that's all. You've never been short on anything. I didn't think you'd care, so I didn't mention it.
Wouldn't it care? He put our home under another woman's name and brushed it off with, "You've never been short on anything?" He didn't think I wouldn't care. He just didn't care whether I cared or not.
Anyway, you still have the right to live there. After the divorce, you stay somewhere else for a while, and once I've sorted things out on my end, I'll come get you.
Let's go. Time to file.
The process was quicker than I expected. The divorce papers in my hands, just a few thin pages, almost identical in format to the ones we'd signed when we got married.
I need to take a call. Wait here. I'll drive you back later. Vivi, it's me. Something came up. Head back on your own for now. I'll talk to you later. April Fool's Day, right? Today.
He picked up, and the two talked for nearly 10 minutes.
Why hadn't Josephine come out yet? Sorry.
The two sets of documents lay tangled together on the ground. One, his divorce decree.
It's fine.
The other, a marriage certificate.
Congrats. Getting married today? Congrats to you too. Today was April Fool's Day. Who gets married on April Fool's Day?
And that voice, that build, he could swear he'd seen this man somewhere before.
Wait! Have we?
He was about to head back inside to find Josephine when his phone buzzed again. This time, a location pin from Spencer, with a message attached. He thought back to graduation day at prep school. She said that before she got married, she wanted everyone to go to that island and go wild for 3 days and 3 nights cash in the last of their youth. Now she was actually getting married, and it was time to make good on that promise. The resort on the island was private invite only for members. Among their whole group, the only one with that kind of access was him. So he couldn't be late. Grayson glanced at the dress and paused. It was the one he'd bought her for her 17th birthday, 3 months of odd jobs to save up for it.
What took you so long? We've been waiting forever. 3 penalty drinks, no backing out.
Fine, I'll drink. Grayson still spoils Vivi like crazy.
What, jealous?
By the time they reached the resort, the sky had gone dark.
Speaking of which, Vivi, you're getting married next week, and none of us have even met the groom. You've been keeping this pretty tight.
The groom? What groom?
Aren't you getting married next week?
April Fools. After all these years, how do you guys still fall for it every single time?
All right, you got us. Fooled us and everything.
Oh, come on, I just needed an excuse to get everyone together. Don't tell me you can't take a joke.
We can take it. We should be thanking you. We'd never have made it onto this island without you.
For real, somebody has been playing favorites. Been working on getting access to this island ever since you announced your engagement.
Well, your dreams officially come true now. Go nuts. 3 days, 3 nights, all yours.
Thanks for still remembering my dream.
Hey, wait a minute. Vivi's not getting married and Grayson just got divorced, so doesn't that make everyone single right now?
After all these years, you two are still out here pretending to be just friends? Everyone knew what was going on back in school. The two of you acted like you'd die without each other.
You're drunk.
I'm not drunk. I'm serious. One of you never got married. The other just got divorced. If that's not perfect timing, what is? You two should just... this.
Kiss, kiss, kiss!
Come on! Grayson divorced his wife for Vivi! If Vivi doesn't step up, who will?
Grayson stood there, listening to the chorus of egging on all around him. But a scene that didn't belong here flashed through his mind. That look in her eyes, too calm. So calm that even after he'd gotten on the island, he'd replayed it in his head 1,000 times. Before, he'd had a perfectly reasonable explanation for her composure. She knew it was a fake divorce, so there was nothing weighing on her. But now, suddenly, he wasn't so sure.
Grayson, you're not gonna gang up on me with them, are you?
He's not teasing, he means it!
He clearly wanted to say something, but it caught in his throat and never came out. What was wrong with him? Wasn't this exactly the wild night he'd wanted? No one remembered when the party ended. All Grayson remembered was drinking, glass after glass. By the end, the string lights had blurred into hazy halos. After that, just fragments the hotel hallway lights. Too bright, the bed too soft, someone loosening his tie. He thought he'd been calling out a name the whole time. It wasn't until a sliver of white light fell across his eyelids that Grayson opened his eyes. He turned his head and saw long hair splayed across the pillow beside him. He shot upright. Something detonated inside his skull. He closed his eyes, trying to piece it together. Last night came back in shards, drinking, cheering, the hotel, the bed, and then...
Morning.
Grayson stood by the bed, instinctively reaching for his phone, looking for some kind of comfort. But there wasn't a single message from Josephine. She hadn't asked where he was last night, hadn't asked why he never reached out. It wasn't like the other 2 times when he and Spencer, and then Ethan, had divorced. Back then, she'd still text to check on them, ask if they were okay, ask how things went, follow up on the aftermath. But this time, her own divorce, she hadn't asked a thing.
Grayson?
Last night, I'm sorry.
You're apologizing to me? How much longer are you going to keep up the act? Back in school, her grandfather used his sponsorship of you as leverage. That's the only reason you got with her. You've made it to where you are now. You really still scared of some retired old man from the Quinn family?
Her grandfather didn't force me into anything. I went after her.
Back then, that girl had dyed her hair some trendy color and wanted nothing to do with marriage. Her parents had divorced, then died one after another. She grew up under her grandfather's wing. She'd seen too many relationships fall apart to think marriage meant anything at all. She was a ride or die. She'd sign a marriage certificate for the guys she grew up with without blinking twice. But she never put an equal sign between love and marriage. To her, they were 2 different things. Love was freedom. Marriage was a cage. She'd put on the cage for her friends, but never for her own love. It was him. He went after her, again and again, proving over and over that he was different. He told her.
I won't let you regret this.
He told her.
Our marriage won't be a grave.
He tore himself open and laid every piece bare for her to see, until she finally said yes. She placed her love in his hands, careful as glass, signed a marriage certificate that, this time, actually meant something. And now, what the hell had he done? Vivian didn't expect him to say that.
Then I was reading too much into it. Go.
Grayson felt like he'd finally been let off the hook.
What the hell happened last night? Dude, you crossed a line. Don't forget, you and Josephine's divorce is fake. I'll take responsibility for her. Responsibility? With what? You got divorced yesterday and today you're talking about being responsible for someone else? How is that fair to Josephine? Then what do you want me to do?
Ethan didn't answer, just looked at him.
All right, enough, both of you. Grayson, cool off first. In the state you're in right now, any decision you make is the wrong one. I need a smoke.
He really did need a moment to figure out where things stood between him and his wife. That obsession with Vivian from back in school, it was like a thorn lodged deep in his chest. Didn't really hurt, didn't really itch, but it had never truly been pulled out. At 17, he really had been close with Vivian. Back then, he didn't know Josephine yet. It wasn't until Spencer and Ethan brought that girl into his world that he realized Josephine's grandfather had been funding more than half the students at the school, including him. The circle he'd been fighting tooth and nail to break into, she'd been born at its center. He'd done everything he could to become part of that circle, and eventually, he won her over. He clawed his way onto the Forbes 30 Under, 30 Top 10. But the end of every marriage is the same monotony. This time, he really had planned to use April Fools as an excuse to end the marriage, to honor his promise to Vivienne, and to give himself room to breathe. In that moment, it hit him, he should go back to her. Even if she was furious, even if she wanted to tear into him, at least...
Grayson!
Vivian was standing on the windowsill, half her body leaning out.
Don't come any closer!
Get down first, we can talk about this!
Back in school, you wrote me a love letter.
He'd never written her one. The only letter he'd ever written was for Josephine. He just never sent it.
Then she showed up, and you didn't want me anymore. Now you've divorced her, and you still don't want me. There's nothing to talk about.
I'm not leaving. I'm staying with you.
Really?
Really.
When you figure out what your heart really wants and you want to leave, I won't stop you.
Okay.
Every trace of Josephine's contact info had been wiped clean.
There. Now you can keep your promise and really be with me. Do you remember my other dream?
With things turning out the way they did, Spencer and Ethan had no choice but to play dumb. After 3 days on the island, they showed up at Grandpa Quinn's 80th birthday party like nothing had happened. As Josephine's closest friends, they'd been there every single year. This year's party was held at the Quinn estate.
I'm sorry. Your names aren't on the guest list.
Take another look. Josephine and I grew up together. I've been coming to the Quinn estate every year for the last 10 years.
I'm sorry, your names aren't on the guest list.
Aren't those the two losers from the Knox and Sinclair families? Married into the Quinn family, then ran their own businesses into the ground.
Get back together, you haven't heard? The old man's announcing some happy news today.
We've got more right to be in there than anyone else here.
The guard glanced at him, calmly tapped his earpiece, and 2 minutes later, Butler Harrison walked out.
Stop. Neither of you needs to come back here. Please leave.
He opened his mouth to say something, but Harrison had already turned and was walking back inside. Guests filtered past them in 2s and 3s, heading inside.
Let's go.
Why the hell?
As they walked by, their eyes carried curiosity and pity.
Josephine and I, we go back to...
Ethan's expression darkened. Back to growing up together. Back to being the closest people in each other's lives. He couldn't finish.
Who the hell did you piss off recently? The permits for the Brooklyn project just got frozen. They said it's some new regulations.
That project's been running for 3 years! Nobody ever said a word about new regulations!
Spencer gripped the phone. He couldn't get a single word out. He knew exactly who. That plot of land was something he'd locked down back when he and Josephine were. He scrolled to Josephine's number, hesitated for a long time.
Must be her.
The same recording came back.
The number you have dialed is no longer in service.
Other than being born a Knox, he had no real skills to his name. And now, his aging father was the one running around cleaning up his mess.
I'll be the daddy, and
Something
I'll
inside
be the
him
mommy.
just caved in. The person he'd always assumed would be standing right where he left her, waiting for him to come back whenever he was ready, had vanished over these 3 days as if she'd never existed in this world. If his family's business hadn't gone completely under, if his parents hadn't been turned away everywhere they went for help, he probably wouldn't have even had a way to hear anything about her. He set the phone down. Suddenly, a memory surfaced, a winter, many years ago. That year, his family was in crisis. Josephine grabbed his hand and said,
"Don't be scared. You've got me."
Back then, he believed the whole world could change, but Josephine never would. That was a kind of trust that Ethan, Grayson, and Vivian could never compare to. The rest of them loved to play around, and he was reckless, so on certain things they ran in the same circles. But if he was ever down to one last way out, it would always be Josephine. And now, suddenly, he had no idea what to do. Ethan wasn't doing any better. 3 major clients, ones his logistics company had partnered with for 5 years, all terminated their contracts on the same day. The official reason was polished: business restructuring. But when he had someone make a few calls, the other side hemmed and hawed before finally saying,
"Word about you being turned away at Grandpa Quinn's birthday party. It's made the rounds across the entire circle. Everyone's reassessing the stability of doing business with your family."
Ethan hung up and slammed his phone on the desk. He had no idea why Josephine had suddenly done this. She hadn't given him a second to react. He wanted to explain, wanted to say something, but he didn't even know where to begin. Back then, when she married him, it was to help him dodge the arranged marriage his family was pushing. The day they signed the papers, he played it cool and said,
"It's just a formality, don't stress about it."
But deep down, he never wanted it to be just a formality. He'd been in love with her since the very first time Spencer brought her around. He'd taken a knife for her during a kidnapping. He thought she'd never forget him for the rest of her life. But she only ever saw him as a brother. Once the arranged marriage situation was over, she simply said, "Time to end this." He stalled for 3 months, made up every excuse to avoid meeting, refused to sign, until she finally said, "Ethan, don't make this hard for me." But then the woman who had always run from marriage, who wanted nothing to do with it, actually married Grayson. For love. What did Grayson even have? Back in school, the guy was clearly into Vivienne. Then Spencer and Ethan introduced him to Josephine, and he just switched targets? How the hell could she choose a 2-timing Grayson over someone who'd been devoted to her all along? So from the moment Vivienne announced her engagement, Ethan had been planning. He was the first to come up with the idea, use April Fool's Day to get Josephine to sign the papers without a fight. Once she was divorced, once she was single, he'd finally have his shot. His phone buzzed again. A message from his father. "Tomorrow we're going to the Quinn residence to apologize in person. You're coming with me." Ethan stared at the screen for a long time, then replied with a single word, "Okay." He put down the phone and dug out an old photograph from the very back of the drawer. In the picture, Josephine was 15, hair in a ponytail, standing under a magnolia tree, smiling. He'd taken it without her knowing, kept it hidden for over a decade. Vivienne loved the ocean. She wanted to visit every coastal city that was her other dream. In the past, Grayson would have told Josephine he was going on a business trip. Then he'd take Vivienne on a getaway. He'd have the time of his life, riding that thrill. And then, out of guilt, he'd come home and be twice as good to his wife. But this time was different. This time, he was single. The car traced the coastline south. They'd seen the ocean 1,000 times over, and Vivienne's excitement never wavered. Grayson, though, was growing more and more distracted. By the 2nd month, he wanted to go back. The moment he brought it up, Vivienne got sick. He had no choice but to stay a while longer. A few days became a week. A week became 2. 2 weeks dragged into a month. One afternoon, a friend on a business trip nearby asked to meet at a cafe. He was halfway there when he realized he'd left his phone behind and turned back. The bedroom door was slightly ajar. Vivienne's voice drifted through the crack. She was on FaceTime with a friend.
"Girl, you've had the man to yourself for months and you still haven't sealed the deal? Don't tell me he's actually some kind of saint?"
Grayson's feet stopped dead.
Ugh, faking sick and hurt. Can't really do much else. But even though I haven't sealed the deal, I sent all our photos together to Josephine Quinn. If she has any self-awareness at all, she should know it's time to go.
What did you send to Josephine? You didn't think I'd find out?
Grayson, why are you back? I was just joking around with my friend.
So you were never actually sick, it was all just to keep me here?
Grayson didn't stay to hear the rest. He turned and stormed out. The car tore all the way back to New York. On the road, he tried to message her. The truth was, these past few months, it wasn't that he'd never thought about reaching out. It was that every time he picked up his phone, he'd remember what he'd promised Vivienne. He was afraid that one reply from Josephine would break him, afraid he'd see. He typed out a message and sent it. The screen read, "Undelivered."
Josephine, it's me. Let me know you got this.
Still undelivered. His fingers slowly tightened around the steering wheel, knuckles turning white.
The number you are trying to reach is currently unavailable.
It's fine. She's probably just busy. Maybe her phone died.
The next evening, the car finally turned onto that familiar road. He knew she was close with her grandfather after the divorce. She'd be staying at the Quinn estate for sure. He jumped out of the car, practically pounding on the door. The door opened. Josephine stood behind it.
She was already carrying my child when we signed the papers?
She didn't say anything, not because she didn't care, but because she was waiting for him to come back on his own. She was carrying his child.
Josephine, let me take you home. Let's remarry.
Remarry? Why don't you ask my husband first if he's okay with that?
A hand stopped him square at the chest. Josephine took a step back. Grayson froze.
It's you?
He remembered the day of the divorce.
You two? The baby? Is it mine?
What do you think?
Frederick's hand rested on her shoulder. He didn't say a word. He just looked at her belly. Grayson suddenly understood. It wasn't his. It had never been his.
Josephine, what are you doing? Did you forget what we agreed on? The fake divorce? The April Fools?
Sorry, I don't celebrate April Fools.
His mind exploded.
But if you want to celebrate it, I can wish you the best. Happy April Fools!
Grayson stood there, staring at that door for a long time. The shadow of the magnolia tree by the entrance fell across his feet. He suddenly remembered the way she'd looked up at him when she signed the divorce papers. Now he got it. That wasn't calm. That was the look of someone who'd given up. He leaned against the wall by the door and slowly slid down to the ground. This time, it was really over. Spencer and Ethan, after the Quinn family publicly announced they were cutting all ties with both their families, found themselves struggling to stay afloat in the business world. Both companies shriveled into hollow shells. Grayson had some real ability, but the truth behind the divorce slowly leaked out. Asset separation, April Fool's joke, it had all just been a cover for forcing his wife into a divorce so he could be with another woman. Once the news spread, several major deals fell through one after another. Carter Technologies' IPO plans stalled. Investors pulled out, one by one. And his head wasn't in the company anyway. He kept telling himself Josephine was just upset once she cooled down. She'd come back. He even convinced himself that Frederick was just some opportunist who'd swooped in. The baby had to be his. She was just being stubborn, refusing to admit it. He went through her old photos over and over, scrolled through their old text threads until the screen of his phone was practically worn smooth. He was certain she was still waiting, just too proud to say so. Vivian watched the three men she'd leaned on most fall apart, one by one losing themselves over Josephine, watching their family businesses crumble until her heart finally went cold. At their lowest point, she swept up the last of all three men's savings and quietly flew off to Europe. When Spencer tried calling, the number was already disconnected. Grayson would occasionally see the Ashworth Group in the Forbes headlines. Youngest billionaire attends charity gala with wife and daughter. In the photo, Frederick was in a deep navy suit, with Josephine beside him in a champagne-colored gown. In her arms, a little girl with tiny braids, eyes crinkled up in a smile. Then he saw Frederick's name in Bloomberg again. Business Person of the Year, attending a foundation gala with his wife and daughter. In the photo, Josephine wore a dark green gown, standing beside Frederick, the little girl in her arms, eyes crinkled up in the same smile. That smile, he'd seen it a long, long time ago. The streetlights outside flickered on, lighting up the small apartment he was renting alone in Queens. Empty. His phone screen lit up, then dimmed. No new messages. There never would be again.